Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the All Around Growth podcast. My name is Rob Pizer, and I am your host. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022, and this is episode number 479 of the show where we find and fulfill our purpose in life. A show where we talk about a variety of topics, generally focused on what I call all-around growth. Show topics include, but are not limited to, 7 different areas of life: financial, physical, personal development, family, spiritual, social, and career. We also mix it up a bit with some topics about what we're doing to grow the various businesses here on the homestead, and sometimes we just flap our gums and talk about a bunch of nonsense, which is exactly what we're doing in Friday's live stream, which will be linked to in the description below and in the show notes. And this Friday on December 9th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be discussing what's trending on Twitter. And that should be interesting. But in today's show, the focus is on the financial aspect of our lives. And today's show topic is financial coaching right for you? Now, I can't necessarily answer that question, but I can share my experiences with financial coaching. But before I share my own experiences with you, we'll take a look at some bullet points from 2 articles titled "What is a Financial Coach and How They Can Help You?" and "Should You Work with a Financial Coach?" Now, following those articles, I'll briefly share with you why I decided to work with a financial coach, how I found my financial coach, what the results were after working with my financial coach, and how you can find a trustworthy financial coach. But before we get into it, let's take a moment to mention our show sponsors and affiliates. And, I've made the decision to not include advertisements in this podcast. However, by collaborating with a few companies and individuals, I can make this show a little easier, but I can't do it without your support. So if you want to help support the show, then consider supporting the show sponsors. And first of all, we've got York Meadow Farm, producing handcrafted batches of probiotic-rich fermented foods and natural bath and body products, scented with pure essential oils. Listeners of the show still get 25% off at checkout by entering the discount code ALLAROUNDGROWTH. So please consider purchasing products that you likely already use or consume from York Meadow Farm. And secondly, the show, now in video format, including live streams, is brought to you by Food Forest Farms, the home of specialty coffee and a fun hip camp and a cozy Airbnb. So check out Food Forest Farms to learn more. And as far as what we've got going on for the affiliate marketplace, I just want to mention Instacart, because I think there's several advantages to using Instacart, including the convenience it provides. I personally use it simply for the savings on time, and combined with the other food that I eat that's locally produced here or elsewhere from friends and family, I supplement my diet in large part with food delivered to me from various stores via Instacart. I kind of feel like royalty using it. So if you've been thinking about using it, but have yet to pull the trigger, I'd encourage you to do so by using the link in the show notes, which will not only benefit you with everything that Instacart has to offer, but it will also benefit me and the show, because it is, in full disclosure, an affiliate link. So it's a win-win-win. So links to York Meadow Farm, Food Forest Farms, and Instacart will be in the show notes. So now, let's get into the show. Let's check out what a financial coach is and how they can help you. Okay. What we're going to do is take a look at these articles together so that you can see exactly what I am seeing. And we can simply be on the same page together. So again, what I do is simply check, I pull up, I input my question into pre-search, my search engine of choice. Should I work with a financial coach? The two articles I chose to go with are the very first one, what is a financial coach and how they can help you? And then secondly, scroll down a little bit, should you work with a financial coach, by Money Alignment Academy. We'll dive into that in just a moment. So what is a financial coach and what can they help you with? Well, according to nerdwallet.com, a financial coach is an advisor who can help you reach your financial goals by teaching you money management skills, such as how to build savings or pay down debt. A financial coach can improve your financial literacy, but they likely cannot give you investment advice. Financial coaches often assist their clients with the behavioral and emotional components of managing money, and a coach can help you unearth what drives your financial decisions so you can create a healthier attitude that leads to better money habits. I agree with all of that. And what does a financial coach do? If you work with a financial coach, they may have you outline your financial goals and track your expenses for a few weeks to identify spending habits. A financial goal or a financial coach can then help you understand your spending habits, create a budget, outline a financial plan, understand the emotional components of dealing with money, learn how to establish an emergency fund, and ultimately, in this case, last but not least, manage your debt. The article goes on to read, how do I find a financial coach and how much do they cost? I'm going to get to that towards the end of the article. But let's take a look at a secondary article titled, Should You Work with a Financial Coach? And maybe these are some questions that you've got and you could be asking yourself if you are thinking about working with a financial coach. So let's just read a little bit from this article, which might shed some light and provide a bit of context to the talking points that they make. And this article is from moneyalignmentacademy.com. Have you ever had a great coach? What was it that made them great? Were they a great teacher, a great listener, or inspirational speaker? Did they provide you with tough love? Looking back on your experience, what did you learn that served you through life? Coaches are required to do a lot of things. They need to teach fundamentals and help players continually build new skills. They provide corrections when and where it's needed. They help their athletes practice and train diligently so that they can perform at their best when the lights come on. All right, you get it, right? So, what we're looking for, what they suggest looking for in terms of a financial coach is the skills we need to be good with money, how to get those skills, and how a financial coach helps. Okay. So skills we need: managing cash flow, household budgeting, debt management, so on and so forth. If you're a homeowner, you've got insurance, taxes, all of this, right? There's a lot going on, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. I'm not going to get into this article because it's just not what I thought it was. So anyways, what I'm going to simply do is, I'll link to these articles in the description and the show notes, but basically the summary of the article of Should You Work with a Financial Coach, according to Money Alignment Academy, is going back to the three tiers. A financial coach falls in between invest and partner. A financial coach won't do the things for you. They won't make investment, tax, estate planning, or insurance decisions for you. Rather, with a strong knowledge of every aspect of your financial life, they'll coach you in your decision-making process. I can get down with that summary, but that's not really the way that the article seemed to read. I don't know. Check it out for yourself. The description's in the show notes. And, that's it. I thought that article was going to provide more. It didn't. My apologies for that. I didn't read it in advance, but sometimes that's what we get here on the show when we aren't wholly prepared. At any rate, let's go ahead and let me share with you my experiences as far as why I decided to work with a financial coach in the past, how I found my financial coach, and what the results were after working with a financial coach, and how I believe you can find a trustworthy financial coach. So, why did I decide to work with a financial coach in the first place? Well, I was struggling, right? And the first step in my struggle was going through Financial Peace University. I did that. And then the next year, I did it again. And it was at that time where I learned one of the facilitators of the Financial Peace University. There were two, it was a large group, had his own side hustle doing some financial coaching. I initially struggled with the decision because I was in debt and I couldn't really justify bringing on another expense. So I decided to keep plugging away at it. Fast forward another 12 months, year 3, I decided to go through the Financial Peace University course again because I thought continual involvement with this course would help me develop new habits and patterns in life. This is 9 weeks a year for 3 years in a row. And it most certainly did. However, in that second year, I hit a bit of a plateau and wasn't making the progress that I initially made. And I decided that redirecting some of those funds that were used for some debts that I wasn't really making progress on in the way that I was hoping, and redirecting that towards a financial coach would benefit me, especially since the cost of the financial coach seemed pretty reasonable compared to some other expenses that I was incurring. So, like I said, I decided to work with my financial coach, or with a financial coach, because I hit a plateau and I wasn't really making progress that I was satisfied with. I found my financial coach through working with and going through Financial Peace University courses. And as far as the results regarding the work that I did with the financial coach, the results, I think, spoke for themselves. I continued. Well, not only did I continue the progress that I was on, like I mentioned, I was on a plateau, but my progress steadily increased. He was the accountability partner that I didn't really have, and coached me through a lot of it, gave me some tough love when it was needed. And his name was Joe Maines, from Fresh New Focus. And I'm hoping to bring Joe on for an interview at some point in the future. I've reached out to him. We'll see what he says. But I think it was well worth it. And if you are not in an area where you can go through Financial Peace University, you can certainly take a class online. And I think that, it's worth it to go through Financial Peace University first and foremost and learn the foundation and learn the fundamentals, because as far as I'm concerned, the best way to engage a financial coach and find a reliable coach is through the Ramsey Preferred Coaches, or the RPCs, which is linked to in the description and in the show notes, who are actually independent financial coaches that are vouched for by Ramsey Solutions, Dave Ramsey's company, and they fully endorse and promote Financial Peace University. So if you've gone through that course and are familiar with the principles there, you will be very familiar with many of the strategies and approach that those financial coaches take. There are other financial coaches who take different approaches. I'm not familiar with them. I've tried other approaches in the past with regard to money management and debt elimination strategies, and did not achieve the success that I achieved with Financial Peace University. It's as simple as that. So I'm a big proponent of that, and I'm a big proponent of finding finding financial coaches through the Ramsey Solutions. Like I said, the RPCs, the Ramsey Solutions providers. Now, it's real simple, like you can see on the screen for those of you who are watching, and for those of you who are listening. RamseySolutions.com/Ramsey Plus/financial-coaching. This will be linked to again in the show notes, but it's real simple. Input your name, your email address, your phone number, and your zip code, and chances are you'll get a phone call, an email, and a phone call. My experiences with the Ramsey team have been exceptional all across the board. I work with a Ramsey preferred, I don't know what it would be, as he's not a coach, but my tax guy is a Ramsey guy. My former financial coach was a Ramsey guy. And the manner in which I approach investing is Ramsey-esque in nature. That's how my initial portfolio was and is set up, albeit a little bit more aggressively due to my own individual circumstances. But nevertheless, I did what I did the way that I did it because of the guidance and counsel that I received from a Ramsey preferred coach. And if you are interested in financial coaching, then I would recommend checking that program out as well, because it's something that is well worth it. So anyways, guys, that's about it as far as today's show is concerned. We covered what is a financial coach and how they can help you. Briefly touched on an article from Money Alignment Academy on should you work with a financial coach. And I think the bottom line is, if you're simply asking yourself, do you need to work with a financial coach? The answer is probably yes. And if that is the direction that you're leaning, then a Ramsey preferred coach is definitely one avenue to check out, unless you're not down with the Dave Ramsey approach and you're not down with Financial Peace University. And if that's the case, then let me know either in the comments below or on social media why you think this approach is no good and what your preferred approach is, because quite frankly, I'm always open to new methodologies and strategies. And as I've always said from the beginning, I will continue using this strategy until I find something superior. So if you think you've got it, then let me know in the description. Let me know in comments on social media, and let all of us know so that, down the road, we can engage in something a little bit different, perhaps with our approach towards finance and money management. Okay. So tomorrow on the show, we are going to talk about distance running with my brother. That's right. We've alluded at some of this in the Telegram chat that there's a big race on the horizon, and you can learn more about that in tomorrow's episode, where we talk about distance running with Matt Kaiser. And on Thursday, we're going to talk about a show, and we're going to talk about personal development. We're going to talk about goals. And yes, I know we've talked about this a lot in the past, but we're going to talk about goals for this show, for the podcast. And that should be an interesting show. I'm going to talk about some things. I'm going to open up, and we'll see where that takes us. I haven't fully developed my thoughts on that one, but Thursday's show ought to be interesting as well, but not quite as interesting as Friday's live stream, where we're going to take a look at what's going on in the world and see what's trending on Twitter. Take a look at that together and talk about that. I hope a lot of you guys can join in the commentary, and it should be fun. So, guys, with that, that's all I've got. And I appreciate you tuning in. This is Rob Kaiser. Thank you.
What can I do? The needs are many and answers a few. People turn away and I wonder why. If I can help somebody, then I want to try. That I believe in friendship and love, and truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. Whoa, whoa. I'm an odd fellow. If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call. You know the times are wasting every day, and we can help somebody along the way. That I believe